here working with Louie. This is going to be his first session on a new skill. So the skill is going to be going over and learning to touch the little footstool that I have set up. And I'll be talking about why I'm doing this. Obviously, we don't really care if Louie has a touch on a random object, but there's a reason why I'm utilizing this. All right, Louie. Yes, good job. Ready? So I'm going to use luring. That's where I pinch a treat and put it close to his nose. Yeah. So right now I'm just rewarding him for approaching. Again, I want to make this area a really positive one since I want him motivated to go to that area. All right, so we're going to start back here again. I've got really yummy treats. Louie. Yes. Good job. And I'm letting him know I have the treats. I'm getting him to follow. Good job. Excellent. What's this? Yeah. Now you can see that Louie doesn't have a great attention span. Okay? Louie's not a dog that in his previous home, somebody got him to buy into the fact that he should pay attention to the humans. So this exercise, yes, is helping him learn that sustaining interest in paying attention to me is actually in his best interest because he's going to get continued reward. So you can see that I'm giving here a lot of rewards. Like right there, I just gave about 4 different treats because I'm helping Louie learn how to flex his brain muscle. His ability to pay attention and focus on me, the human. Louie, yes. Excellent. So by the time he's done eating one treat, my hand is reloaded with the next one. He's also not very good at taking them. He drops them constantly, but that's okay. That's totally fine. So you're watching now in real time a Louie that first was just scattered all over the place, right? Couldn't focus. And you're going to see me building a dog, Louie, who now can sustain some focus on what I'm doing. Very nice. Excellent. All as we build up towards moving towards this object. Ooh, what do I have? So rather than his first thought being running off and going and sniffing somewhere else or doing something else or investigating somewhere else, what do you see? You see a dog who is focused on me. And how much easier is it to coach a dog or train them when they're actually paying attention to you? That's everything, right? That's absolutely everything when you're training a dog is getting them to look at you. All right, so I'm going to start putting some treats onto the actual platform. Again, just making it a really positive association for him. Oh, that's really yummy, huh? Good job. All right, now I'm going to see if I can lure him up onto it. Oh, so I'm going to put my foot onto it just so that it stays nice and steady. I wouldn't want it to move. And I'm going to reward the fact he's not up on it, but he's coming close to it. And the way that he's carrying his body tells me that he has a little bit of hesitation. You see how he's leaning from the back? That tells me that he's a little nervous, potentially, about coming up onto this object. Good choices. What's this? Yeah, get it, Lou. Oh, good job. Oh, dropped one. What's this? Yeah. Get it, Lou. What do you think? Yeah, go gadget neck, huh? All right, I'm going to turn him around so you can see from the other side what I'm doing. Good job, buddy. So, got my foot to stabilize the spot. Stay on this side so the camera can see you. Yeah. Got the food really close to his nose. And I'm just rewarding the effort of reaching for the food. For some dogs, this would be super easy. Like any of my personal dogs, this would be easy. They would touch that object the first time that I asked. But this is a shelter dog, a rescue dog who has a history and perhaps isn't used to being asked something like this. So it's very important that I work at the pace that he's comfortable with. Good job. So right now I'm just getting him to lean his body forward towards the object. Nice job. What is that? Good. Excellent. So while I'm doing this, let's talk about why am I even bothering with this? So first of all, this is an engagement exercise. What do I mean by that? At the start of the video, you saw a dog who was wandering around doing all kinds of random things, right? Now what do you see? You see a dog who's paying attention to me. Doesn't matter that that it's for the food, right? We'll transition later so that it's not just food-based, but food is a great motivator to help a dog like this learn. So I'm building engagement. And what I mean by engagement is I'm building focus and I'm building cooperation. If I don't have those things, if I haven't taken the steps to try and get those things, how can I possibly expect my dog to learn? It's a very important step that's often missed. The second thing that this exercise is allowing me to do is a confidence building activity. If he's not sure about jumping up on this stool, I'll never force him to do it, but I want to see if I can encourage him to try and overcome some of these fears. And you see the hesitation in the back legs there where he's like, no, I don't want to go all the way forwards towards it. If we repeat this enough and he overcomes that fear, it's going to be such a nice little ego boost for him. And then third of all, I'm using this exercise, and if it doesn't work with this step stool, we'll modify it in a different way, which I'll talk about in a different video. I'm going to use this to teach a send away. Why would I want to teach a send away? And what is a send away? A send away just means that I'm sending a dog to move away from me. All right. So the reason that I would do that with a dog like Louie is because Louie has some very serious separation anxiety. And I want to teach him an exercise that means moving away from me to human is actually a really positive, wonderful thing. So this will allow me to do that. You're making some really nice choices. So instead of always thinking, oh, I need to be right by the human for all good things to happen, we're actually going to teach them the opposite of that. Moving away from the human can be really valuable too. What do you think, bud? Now I'm going to step on here. Let's see what we think about that. Are we getting all the crumbs? Hey, Louie. Whoa, what do you think? Is that weird that I'm up there? That's awfully silly, huh? Good job, bud. Excellent. Look at what you get. That step stool thing's pretty neat, huh? Good job. All right, so this is where we'll start with Louie. And like I said, we'll modify. If he ends up not liking the step stool, no problem. We can do a send away with all kinds of things. It could be a dog bed. It could be just an object he has to go around like a cone. We want Louie to feel safe and comfortable, of course. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's simple, but the ideas are really powerful. And if you haven't taken the time to get your dog to engage with you, to build focus and cooperation, make sure that you practice doing those things. I'll be providing more videos about how you can achieve that kind of engaged relationship with your dog, and it will really take your training to the next level. Hope you've enjoyed the videos. Happy training.